Man.
Right, but so to Hamp's point, Adrian said he did what he did, and Love tried to vilify him, and then talk about how she's affirmative for sexual liberation.
Right.
She's affirmative. You know what I'm saying? So where's the balance in that? That's hypocritical.
So the balance is that he knew it when he's been a therapist for 10 years, right? And you knew he didn't learn these things. He out his own mouth, he sat there and said, I didn't just learn these things. So he knew them, but he didn't live them. So I was talking about not living what you knew was righteous and moral and the right thing. That's all I'm talking about, right?
Okay, so nobody really does. Nobody's perfect.
That's what I'm saying. None of you
nobody's asking about perfection. Ain't nobody talking about perfection. Now, this is all I'm talking. They might say about perfection.
No, I'm just saying nobody's perfect. So there's not anybody on this panel that hasn't known that they're gonna make a bad decision and has not done it. Everybody has an example where they're gonna make a bad decision and still continue to go with it. There's nobody on the panel that can tell me anything different, because that's life, that's experience, that's what you go through, that's how you're reacting, that's somebody doing something to you, whatever the case may be, revenge, things like that. Asia, have you ever made a decision to make a bad decision even though you know it was wrong in your life? Or do you just do stuff being naive and that's how you make the bad decision?
So first of all, I don't make naive decisions. That's something I don't do. I'm a grown woman. Okay. Who said I make bad decisions? Who said that?
You're telling me that you've never made a bad decision?
I didn't say that. But I don't make naive ass decisions currently. So have I made bad decisions before? But when I knew what was right, I stopped doing those things. I knew they were right. No, I don't make decisions after I know what is right to do, and then I purposely do things that are wrong. No, I'm not doing that.
So
if I said, I'm telling you, I'm answering your question, and the answer is no. If I know the right thing to do, I am not going to do the wrong thing.
That's bullshit.
You can't tell me what it is because you don't know me.
I don't have
4 months ago. I'm about to sit there and come off this screen and stop talking. This is a ridiculous conversation.
You have not
even know me sit there and say what decisions I made in my life. You have no idea.
You're 40-something years old. You're 40-something years old. You cannot tell me you haven't made a bad decision in your life and been aware of what you're doing. Where the motherfucking hat at? Where the cap at? Because it's not, no. You're 40-something years old, experienced having a baby father, experienced having a husband, and you're telling me you haven't made a bad decision being aware of it, but still because that's what you felt comfortable doing, that's what you were going to do? So you're fucking perfect? Absolutely not.
They say anything about being fucking perfect. I had a son when I was young. I haven't had any other kids after that. Because I'm not saying you sat there and said about I walked in, I opened the door up. But when I heard you sit there and say something about having a kid, I'm done with this conversation because you're capping for some nigga that could have answered his own freaking questions. You brought in naivete, you brought in perfection. They need to be brought up.
I'm stating facts. Capping for who? I'm stating facts.
Hold it.
When I mentioned that
you got it, better be quick because I'm not gonna listen that much longer.
When I mentioned that you were married, when I mentioned that you have a baby father,
I wouldn't advise y'all to.
Life experience. I'm not mentioning that you made a bad decision having your son. I'm saying that you've been through shit. That's what I'm saying. You've been through shit. You're 40-something years old, so you've had to have that time in your life. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we've all made consciously poor decisions. Nobody here is what's the word? Exonerated or whatever. I can't even think about it. But no, everybody has. Everybody has laid down. I'm gonna say everybody, and had sex without a condom with a person that you had no intentions for. Right? Like we've done that. I've done it. Never really had sex with a condom pop. You let it keep rotting. Whatever the case is, that's a bad decision consciously. That's something very superficial in today's society that we've done. And then you cross your fingers and hope for the best. That's light shit. That's just an example of a poor decision, especially if you don't plan to be with said person.
Nobody said I was perfect. So I don't know how that even came into the conversation about perfection. And this conversation went way fucking left than what it had to. It really did.
All because Adrian B needed people to agree with him. Look at that. A goddamn shame.
It's your fault, Adrian.
I'm saying it the wrong way. Nothing in me say that I agree with what he said.
No, but this is not even about being perfect. But I usually don't share non-super chats. But like Nina just listening, right? Shout out to Nina Angelina. She said, I think we've been all intentionally made bad decisions at one point in our lives.
That's what I said. Why?
And Mary. So what we just furthering the point. In Asia, when you say you don't make naive decisions, you're saying that you made poor decisions knowingly. And that's fine because that's what people do.
I never knew this was a bad decision. I made it. No, I don't go into saying I'm gonna make a bad decision right now. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So let me ask you a question.
So have I made bad decisions before in my life? I never.
Let me ask you a question. We taking dumb shots, right?
Okay.
If y'all never been here before, this is Cap, except for Chief, right? And you know that last fucking shot is it. You know it. And you sit there and get peer pressured, or I ain't gonna let this person drink me under the table, and that last shot put you in the bathroom. Y'all motherfuckers is you never did. That's a knowingly bad decision. And now you can't drive. You crawl into the car. You sleep on the steps outside. You land like this. This shit happens to people.
It does.
You fucked up. You wake up. You don't know how you got home. You parked in the driveway. You praise the Most High. Get the fuck out. That's a poor decision knowingly.
I'm not saying I never made a bad decision. No time did I say that. I was talking to Adrian about. I'm tired of going through the same thing. What I talking about. I was talking about the energy, what he was saying, and how long did it take for him to realize that. I was talking about that. Then it came back to fucking you never made bad decisions before. You judging da. We all up on this podcast sit there and talk shit and judge and go and just sit there and just talk out of our asses sometimes. So miss me like I'm the only one that has sat there and said anything like that before. This is what we have done. This is what we do. We're gonna do it again next week.
I don't know what you're talking about. Have you made a knowingly bad decision?
Y'all did. Y'all, I'm just saying it went left and it came at me at my neck and I reacted. And I shouldn't have reacted the way I reacted. So yes, that was a bad decision.
Ask that question again.
Got the best of me and made a bad decision. I held myself accountable because I got annoyed and irritated.
So let me ask you a question. Have you knowingly made a bad decision?
Did I know what I was doing? I let my anger take control in that moment because I didn't like how it was going, like how I was being spoken to. So did I purposely make that decision? No, I let the other side of me take control.
Kim, can you ask the question again, please?
Asia, question. Have you knowingly made a bad decision? Look at Alex. Alex getting yelled at. Told you. I'll be knowing 11:05. Alex gotta get up out of here. All right, so we've all knowingly made a bad decision. I think there's a lot of gems that have been dropped. Shout out to the panel. That means I'm supposed to clap.
You ain't like my claps. I ain't playing this shit no more.
Like a waterfall. Damn, that shit was interesting, man. This shit was dope.
Yo, Asia laugh? Wow.
I ain't even do nothing.
That's the classic line for a nigga who did some shit.